Great morning, great morning, great morning. You guys come on in, come on in, come on in. Where you at? Where you at? Hey, where you at? Great morning, everybody. I am so excited for this morning for the word today. All right. Hold on. Turn on the do not disturb. Bloop, 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 bloop. There it is. Great morning. So let me go ahead and share, and I'm going to ask you guys to share as well. Let's share. All right. All right. So now let me share on Facebook. Great morning, everybody. On the Book of Faces. All right. Share. All right. There we go, y'all. There we go. Hey, Dr. Kennedy, how are you? Beautiful. All right, you guys. Great morning, great morning, great morning. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. We're going to get started in just a minute. Yes, it's so good to see you this morning. Listen, y'all know we about to do our live. We're about to do our live. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. Hey, Christina, how are you? Russellville, Kentucky in the building. You guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and share, 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 right? Somebody needs to know that God didn't make a mistake with them, that there was no mistake, that God knew exactly what he was doing. So hold on a second. Let me do this and this and this. Okay, copy link. Oh no. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right. All right. So we're going to get started with our shot. It's shot o'clock. We're about to take our live. I'm going to be doing the Alive ABC, which is apple beets cherry, which is really good for heart health, and our Alive liquid collagen. I'm doing them both. They have different sets of benefits. Both I need. I don't know about anybody else, but I woke up and I can tell anytime it's rainy or it's going to be rainy, I start getting an ache in my hand. I'm like, oh no, 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 we can't do this, honey. Let me liquid collagen kick in, honey. Kick in, honey. Deal with this right here. So I'm going to be doing that. And we also then have our Alive Apple Cinnamon. All three are amazing. Okay. I'm going to take this one later. I'm going to take a shot of this later. Right. All right. So y'all ready? Here we go. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, ABC. 1, 2, 3, alive. It's you and me. I'm going to start with the ABC. I'm going to finish up with the Alive Skin and Beauty, which is our amazing liquid collagen, which tastes incredible. So here's to God giving you all the gifts that you need for your purpose. Cheers. Mm. Oh, that's so good. I gotta leave the top off because I gotta pour it for my husband. That's so good. Mm. Ooh. Time for the liquid gold, y'all. Liquid gold. That's another shot. It's about one more shot in this bottle. That's why I'm so glad my 30-day shots are on the way. Cheers. Mm. All I'm going to say is, oh my God. Mm. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. Mm. Mm. My baby got his shot. Mm. All right. So listen, y'all. Listen, Linda, listen. You know, this morning, as I was trying to figure out, okay, God, what do you want me to say to the people? He began to remind me about our gifts. Sometimes we think that our gifts are something's wrong with us because of how God has gifted us. But listen, God has gifted you and me specifically for our purpose, which means that our gifts are different. I need you to understand and to know that what God is doing in your life is incredible and amazing. And he's doing it in order for you to be able to fulfill your assignment. Many times we don't understand that God desires for us to fulfill our assignment, or we think that he has just gifted us for us. No, that's not the case. Great morning, Phoenicia. Oh, my baby said good morning. Yes. I was thinking about, my daughter's been on her own journey with God. And I remember, now I'm going to tell y'all how God works, because I remember maybe about 2 months ago, my daughter was like, oh, I don't really know. She was saying something about being a Christian, right? Well, what I've learned is that we get so caught up in labels that we sometimes miss the heart of what it is that God calls us to do, right? And I didn't flinch. I didn't anything. Okay. I know you know God. And I know that God has a way of talking to us, speaking to us, and getting us to where he desires for us to be. My daughter has been gifted to be an amazing influencer. She influences people. I don't care where she goes. She's been listen, I can remember stories of situations where my daughter, I don't care where we went, my kids always ended up with favor. Favor is just upon their life, right? And so I know that favor opens doors for her. It also allows her to reach some people that other people can't reach. And I'm just so proud of her. But I want to say this because sometimes we get frustrated with our children's journey, with them exploring. See, I've never been afraid of my kids exploring, right? I want you to be a critical thinker. I want you to be able to make decisions. I want you to be able to explore other religions, explore other philosophical thought systems, explore. Because when you get to your conclusion is the conclusion. When you get to your conclusion, the conclusion is the conclusion, right? I know I explored. I know that I examined, but I know where I ended up back, right? I ended up back at the feet of God, like right there with Jesus. Listen, and so I think it's important that we understand that even that curiosity, that exploration is important for people sometimes. Now, not everybody isn't going to want to explore, but those who do, those who are curious, those who are critical thinkers, those who have questions that have not been able to be answered, like they're going to go on a journey. And when they go on that journey, I don't want you to get frustrated, because the way God has graced us is that he's graced us so that he can walk us through whatever we need to walk through, to learn whatever we need to learn, to get us to wherever we need to be. My daughter is now proclaiming the word of God unapologetically, right? After being a PK all her life and, being like, oh, I don't want to be a PK. I don't want to be a pastor's kid. But now, right now, she's able to take the things that she's learned, the things that she's seen, and use them to move towards her purpose. What is her purpose? To impact the world. What is your purpose? To impact the world. We all are called to impact the lives of others. This is not just about us having a great life, making big money, doing what we want to do, having a particular skill set. This is about God having gifted us for our purpose. And whatever your purpose is, the gift that God has given you is for that. And if we will use it for that, like I'm a speaker, like I'm going to speak, I'm going to talk, I'm going to do that. God gifted me with that for my purpose. God gifted me with being loud. I know everybody doesn't think our loudness is a gift, because my daughter's loud too. Everybody doesn't think our loudness is a gift, but it is. If ever we're speaking somewhere and the microphone goes out, baby, people are still going to be able to hear us because we are just that loud, right? And oftentimes the gifts that God desires to use most in our lives are the things that other people tell us or told us was a problem. Oh, this is a problem. You need to be more quiet. You need to settle down. You need to be level. But guess what? It is the fire. It is the fire of God that begins to move and provoke people. See, when you're around people who are on fire, even if you just got a little ember left, right, you will catch on fire. Listen, fire, the right fire, the fire of God will cause a wet log to burn. You've got to know that the gifts that God has given you are for your purpose. He's already gifted you for your purpose. We try to go and find it. We try to look here and look there, but your purpose is always aligned to your life, your experiences, the things that you've gone through. God allows you to go through those things so that you can learn lessons, get skills, learn different things about yourself, about others, about the world, about situations, so that you then can go back and be a light to other people. Hey, Tracy, great morning, beautiful. Last night, I just saw the post that your husband posted. I love him so much. I hope he's sitting there with you. I just need you to know I love you, okay? Thank you so much for that post, right? So whatever your purpose is, I know my purpose is love. I've always been that person that got along with just about anybody. Just about everybody. I ain't saying anybody and everybody, because I don't. And I just love people, right? So my purpose is to love, inspire, and empower people to live their best life and become the best version of them, the version that God created them to be, and to live out their God-given purpose and pursue their destiny. That's what I'm called to do. That's my purpose. And God has gifted me with things that allow me to do that more effectively. So now what you've got to do is you've got to look at your life. If you don't know your purpose, you got to look at your life and look at your experiences and see where God is pointing you. Your purpose will always be connected to your life trajectory and your areas of greatest challenge. Always, always, always. Your purpose will be connected to your life journey and your areas of greatest challenge, because God needs someone to show people who go through those challenges, who have those challenges, how to get through it, how to overcome it. I was, we were on my daughter's Bible study. She started a Bible study last night. It meets 7 days a week at 7:30. That's what she said. I said, okay. That's what she said. Okay. So we were there, and I was listening to her. And it's so funny because your kids will try so hard not to be like you, right? Oh, I'm not going to be like you. I don't want to be like you. And I'm listening to her. I said, Lord, this girl sounds so much like me. Her journey sounds very similar to mine, except she has her own elements added to it. But I know that she's purposed to impact a lot of lives. I know that. I've known that all her life. God showed me that very early on. And so when we understand our purpose, it's easier for us to then begin to use our gifts accordingly, to use them the way that God desires for us to use them. It is so critical in this point in our lives, wherever we are at this particular time, for such a time as this. God has gifted you. For such a time as this, God has called you and purposed you for such a time as this. And not only did he call and purpose you, he equipped you for what it is that you're to do. You're equipped for it. You're equipped. And I know we have a tendency, we want to look to other people to tell us that we can do it or whatever. But y'all, I'm telling you, God has equipped us. Now, the question is, will you take the journey even when you don't feel equipped, even when you don't feel good enough, even when you don't feel like you can do it? Because our feelings are deceptive. Our feelings are deceptive. We've got to know that we know that we know. God chose us for a reason to be the one. To be the one, the black sheep of the family that breaks the molds, right? The black sheep of the family that breaks the generational curses. The black sheep of the family that people look at and say, oh, they think they're this or they think they're that. But there's something about being the black sheep. The black sheep in the family is often the one who goes on to defy the odds and do great things. Why? You're not so tied in to the family's expectations, to other people's expectations. Because you're used to being the black sheep. You're used to being the one that's tossed aside. You're used to being the one that's on the outside. And so you can do what you need to do because, okay, they're not going to like it. They're not going to like me. Okay. Okay. It is what it is, right? And you've developed an ability to endure that. Do not forfeit what God has for you because you think that you don't have the gifts to do it. If God gave it to you as a purpose, you are gifted for it. You are gifted, and anything that you don't know, understand, get, God knows exactly how to get it to you and to get you there. God will send the right people. He will bring the right people alongside of you. He will do whatever he needs to in order to accomplish the goal of your purpose. You just have to be open to it. You have to be open to it. You have to be open to God. You have to allow God to do just that. Be God. Not control everything. Not have everything already figured out, already mapped out. Oh, I know. I already know everything. I've got it. And the moment something happens that's off script, that's off schedule, that's out of what you proposed, what you said, right? Then you're devastated and you don't know how to continue. We have to understand that we're in a season where God is requiring us to rely on him and him alone. We got to rely on him. We got to trust him. And we got to know that he's in control. You're gifted for your purpose. You're gifted for it. God has already given you everything you need. Sometimes it's a matter of tapping into it. Sometimes it's a matter of recognizing it. But you're gifted for it. And when God gives gifts there without repentance, he doesn't take them back. The gift is the gift. I just want to encourage you today to know that not only are you gifted for your purpose, but you are a gift. You're a gift to God. You're a gift to those around you. You're a gift to the world. You're a gift. Be the gift. Embrace it. And know that God is in control. Trust him. I promise you, he's already got the end worked out. He knows what the end is going to be. That's why Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans that I have for you, plans of good and not of evil, to give you a hope in the future and bring you to an expected end. There's an expected end that God already has mapped out specifically for you. I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to miss what God is doing in your life in this season, nor do I want you to take for granted the gifts that God has given you. Now, to other people, they may not seem like much, or you may not seem like this amazing person, but I'm telling you, God has gifted you for great works, to be a great example. Great morning, Whitfield. How are you? And he's waiting on you. You're not waiting on him. He's waiting on you to show up, waiting on you to step into your purpose, waiting on you to realize that you matter and that you make a difference. I used to wonder, and still do at times, right? Still do sometimes wonder if what I did mattered, if it made a difference. If me showing up mattered and made a difference. If me pouring out my heart mattered and made a difference. And then people will share with me how I talked about something that they were going through, or how my hug they needed in that moment. But I'm looking at my daughter, and I'm realizing, because I've always said that there are people that you're going to be able to help that other people won't be able to reach. And I'm looking at her and watching her impact the lives of young women, making God real and relatable for them. And if all I did was show her what following God looks like, you know, she's been commenting on things that I've said in the past as it relates to God and my journey. And she was there, she's watched it. And she's seen the challenges, and she's seen the disappointments, and she's seen all that. But to see her now walking out her path, one of the greatest compliments that she could give me is, Ma, I watched you do it. I watched you just do what God said, even when it made people mad or people didn't understand, even when we didn't understand. And that's what it's really about, y'all. We're just supposed to be obedient to God. Do what he says. Show other people what that looks like. What it looks like to follow God. What it looks like to be a servant. What it looks like to just let him use you. It's not always fun. It's not always appreciated. But it's always necessary. We spend so much time trying to do things like other people instead of just listening to God and living our life and taking our journey for what it is, ours. Yeah, other people, we can look at other people and we can get tips and we can be encouraged. But there's a path that God has designed specifically for you. So my goal is always to help people find their path and walk it to the best of their ability, without beating themselves up without holding themselves hostage to the mistakes of their past, their inadequacies, those areas of challenge that they have, because all of us have great purpose. Otherwise, God wouldn't have created us. As God was creating everything he created, he said, and it was good. And we're good. And we have free will. People may ask, well, if everything God created was good, why did he create Lucifer and he became Satan? Because of free will. Lucifer was created good and perfect. But in his free will, he wanted what belonged to God. And that was glory. And today, we still see the same thing. People are good, but sometimes they get to the point where they want what's reserved for God. And that's his glory. But like they want to be glorified. And if I could say anything to us today, it would be this. Just keep serving him. Keep following him. Keep obeying him. Keep doing what it is that he has purposed you to do. And many of you haven't even gotten into your God-given purpose yet. You've not even tapped in yet because it seems like something that you wouldn't be able to do. But you're going to get there if you just keep going and trusting him, following his path, and allowing the gifts that he's deposited in you to grow and to flourish. I'm excited about what God is doing. I'm excited to see God working and moving in my family. Y'all, in every family, there's that child, right? I won't say in every family. In most families, there's that child, the one that you like, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Just know that the blood, it still works. And prayers, they still get answered. And God is still God. Lean on him. Trust him. Let them take their journey. Their journey is their journey. But you trust God for everything else. Let him do what he needs to do in their lives. Listen, I pray this word blessed you this morning. I want to encourage you this afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and 2, 1, 12, 11 a.m. 12, 1, 2, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Fresh Start Church will be having service. We're going to stream it live where Pastor Timothy T. Johnson is the interim pastor. I'm super excited to support my husband in this journey as he serves the people of God, as we serve the people of God here in Panama City, but also all of you. Like our heart's desire is that people would get to know God for themselves, allow God to work in their lives, and have a personal relationship that results in transformation for them. So we're all about transformation. We're all about keep it simple. Stop overcomplicating it. So we're super excited. So join us today at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Fresh Start Church. Listen, y'all, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an absolutely amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.